Since its initial premiere all the way back in February of 2018, Zombies has been one of Disney's most successful film franchises. Starring Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim as a zombie football player and a human cheerleader who stumble upon each other and fall in love, the Zombies franchise packs action, humor, and romance all in one. With the film's sequel Zombies 2 being just as successful as the first film, the franchise is now gearing up for the third film in the series, which is all set to release on July 15, 2022, premiering on Disney+. So what's the brand new Zombies all about? And how will the zombies, cheerleaders, werewolves, and everyone in between meet their own fates in the final installment of the franchise? Today, we're taking a look at just how Zombies 3 will change everything. Where did we leave things off? For those of you who need a little recap, the first Zombies movie introduced us to Addison, played by Donnelly. Addison is your regular high school cheerleader, except for the fact that her boyfriend Zed is a brain-eating zombie. Except Zed doesn't actually eat any brains, since the government in their town of Seabrook has fitted all the zombies there with special bracelets to keep their cravings at bay, giving humans and zombies a shot at coexisting with one another. Of course, as in all high school movies, there's plenty of stereotyping, plenty of drama, and a huge divide that separates the human students from the zombie students. But of course, Addison and Zed are star-crossed lovers that manage to turn things around for everyone in Seabrook. However, the movie ends on a surprising note as we find out that Addison is hiding a secret of her own. The sequel to the film revolves around Addison being convinced that she's a werewolf and not a human. After Zed steals a necklace with a special moonstone that might just reveal Addison's secret, the two lovers seem to have a hard time making it work with one another. And guess what? All of this is unfolding right as they're about to have their prawn, the Seabrook equivalent of prom. Featuring a bunch of new characters and most of the old ones reprising their roles, Zombies 2 is yet another action-packed story with its emotional moments. A surprising ending. Of course, it's not a Disney movie without a happy ending to the sequel of Zombies. Ends with everything working out and Addison finally finding out that she's in fact not a werewolf after all. But this leaves her with a bit of an identity crisis, since she had already started making herself home with the local werewolf gang. However, like the Prince Charming he is, Zed steps in and reminds Addison of all she can do as a cheerleader. The two kiss and make up for a while. It seems like all is right in Seabrook. But the final scene of the film is what sets us up for the last film in the franchise, as a mysterious meteorite crashes in Seabrook, and at the same time, Addison's radio turns on, waking her up. Then we see her hair glowing bright blue, leading us to believe that she might not be a werewolf, but she definitely has a connection with the intergalactic blue meteor that just ripped through their town. Allison's hair is super important to the story because, as we saw in Zombie 2, the cheerleader had doubts about herself being a human, since all the humans in Seabrook have normal colored hair compared to Addison, who was apparently born with naturally white locks. Now, when the meteor strikes down on Earth, we see Addison's hair glow, which reveals that there is definitely more to her story. Now, all we know at that point was the fact that in Zombies 3, Addison and Zed and the whole gang would be stepping into their senior year at Seabrook High, which has come a long way since the first movie when humans and zombies lived completely segregated lives. Seabrook in general is now a welcoming community that treats all its citizens, living and undead, equally. So we leave things off at Zed patiently waiting for an athletic scholarship so he can become the world's first ever zombie to attend college, while Addison gears up for Seabrook's first international cheer-off. So is Addison related to aliens? And will this meteor finally give her an answer to all the questions that were running through her mind in the second movie? An epic Instagram announcement. The threequel to Disney's successful franchise was announced in March of 2021 on Instagram, with Disney saying that the Zoms, Poms, and Werewolves are about to team up to face a threat of galactic proportions. And that's where fans started speculating that the new movie is going to revolve around a common enemy for the entirety of Seabrook: aliens. The filming for the final Zombies movie started in the spring of the same year, and by the looks and sound of it, Zombies 3 is going to feature epic battles, catchy songs, and dance sequences that you will be grooving to for days. According to Disney's VP for original movies, the stakes needed to be raised for the final Zombies movie, with the first two films becoming such cult classics. That's where the aliens come in to engage Seabrook in one final epic battle that'll change everything forever. The third movie's announcement was, of course, followed by the cast's enthusiasm, with Meg Donnelly, Milo Manheim, Chandler Kinney, Trevor Torgman, and Kylie Russell sharing the exciting news on their social media. Milo even went as far as to comment, "Let's do it," on the channel's original post, showing just how much of a big deal the whole thing is. The trailer reveals a new enemy in town. As the regular cast returns back to finish off what they started in the first installment of Zombies, the peace of Seabrook is threatened by the arrival of aliens in the town. And it's safe to say that these extraterrestrial beings are not here to make friends. The brand new film will feature RuPaul as the voice of the alien mothership, a sassy UFO that's brought all of these aliens down to Earth, giving everyone all the more reason to stream the film as soon as it's out. As far as the trailer goes, we see that this mysterious group of outer space aliens comes face to face with a diverse student body at Seabrook High, and now Zed and Addison have to deal with a brand new challenge in their lives just as things were starting to settle. A musical treat. While most details of the film are still under wraps, what we know is that the third Zombies movie will feature 8 brand new songs, including the very special opening track titled Alien Invasion, a snippet of which can be heard in the trailer. But that's not all, because the movie will also take you on a nostalgic trip with a third rendition of Someday that's bound to be the most emotional version of the song yet. According to Donnelly herself, the original Someday was recorded when I was 16, so I almost have a time capsule of how we've progressed through each year. The star actress filmed her part of the song on the very last day of the shoot, so it was a pretty emotional day for her, to say the least. In Milo's words, let's just say this: if you're a fan of Someday, you will be a fan of Zombies 3, and that's all I'm going to say, because I'm not sure how much I can say. But if you were hoping to get a sneak peek of all the catchy tunes that are featured in the film, we have some bad news for you. The digital soundtrack for Zombies 3 will only be available from July 15th, which is when the movie is released. However, to give you something to hold on till then, Alien Invasion is now available to stream across most music platforms, helping to tune yourself to the intergalactic vibe of the new film beforehand. The newly released song has been written by Antonina Armato, Tim James, Thomas Armato, Sturgis, and Adam Schmaltholz, and performed by the film's cast. Plot details. As far as the plot of the film goes, the movie is sure to be full of surprises, with the stakes being higher than ever before, with this being the final installment in the franchise. With Zed and Addison's relationship already having gone through turmoil in the last film, the question to be asked is, what if Addison really is an alien? How will that impact the lead couple's dynamic? And what will it mean for their futures? Of course, the overall message of the franchise has always been acceptance. Whether it's humans, zombies, werewolves, or now aliens, zombie movies have always revolved around themes of acceptance and equality. But when the entire town of Seabrook is shocked at the arrival of a group of outsiders who might not be looking for acceptance after all, how's that going to impact everything? That's the question that the brand new movie is set to answer. As far as we know, the aliens initially arrived to take part in the cheer-off, but later the monsters and humans of Seabrook grow suspicious as they start believing that the aliens aren't here for just that. So what are they looking for? Some theories say that these intergalactic beings are actually looking to rule over the Earth, while others say that they're here to take back one of their own. Addison, we're looking at you. According to Milo, the third film might see Zed going back to football along with singing and dancing, and with the premise of the movie being set in the gang's final year, a big game can make or break it for Seabrook's star footballer. As far as Donnelly goes, this film is all about answers for Addison. But of course, we might also be seeing a fair share of cute moments between her and Milo, with a possible singing in the rain sequence, where the two break out in song and dance in the middle of the rain. How exciting. Who's coming back for the film? Well, of course, the movie wouldn't be the same without the lead characters played by Manheim and Donnelly, who are reprising their roles for the second time. According to the lead pair, the third movie is unlike anything they've done before, with even the musical numbers being bigger and better than they were in the first two films. Not just them, but the final film will also feature Trevor Torchman as Bucky, Chandler Kinney as Willa, Kingston Foster as Zoe, Carla Jeffrey as Bree, Ariel Martin as Winter, Pierce Joza as Wyatt, and Kylie Russell as Eliza. The newcomers include Terry Hugh as Aspen, Matt Cornett as Elon, Kyra Tantal as Ali, all of whom are part of the brand new Alien Squad, and James Godfrey as Bonzo. But perhaps the character that the audience is the most excited to see on the screen is RuPaul, who's going to bring a whole new dimension of fun and entertainment to the whole thing. Also marking a monumental moment for Disney, with Zombies becoming the first ever movie to star a drag queen. The entire cast actually had to quarantine in Canada for 2 weeks before they started their rehearsals and shootings, but despite all of that, the entire original cast managed to return to finish the franchise off on a high note, just like it started. And that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, The Focus, for more movie-related news.